as you participate in their presentation later, they will also be participating in your presentations, no? So bigayan tayo ng respeto dito. And after the presentation, I'll be opening the floor for questions, clarifications if you have, and then the presenters will respond to that, or I will be responding, no, whoever. And then after nung Q&A na yon, nung ganong onting clarifications, I'll let you leave na. So kung earlier matapos, edi earlier kayo mag-leave ng room. Except that, the first presenters have to stay in the room for debriefing. So just so you know, I always conduct the briefing after the presentations of session facilitations, just so you know which part or which area you did well and what areas pa yung pwede tayong mag-improve, no, as teachers. What else? May utang pa ako sa inyong revised calendar. Pasensya na, medyo may senior moments ako. Sobrang sakit ng ulo ko ngayon, ang batok ko ng ulo ko, parang sasabog na siya. OA, pero totoo yon. So, bigyan niyo ako ulit ng isang linggo to do that. Ano ba ba yung mga, ang dami ko ng spiel, group 1 ha, so sana medyo ready na kayo. Ano pa bang mga nakakalimutan ko? Okay, so I think I've met with the second presenter na I cannot remember sa 5 section na hawak ko, hindi ko na maalala kung sino yung grupong na-meet ko. Okay, so if na-meet ko na yung second presenter, edi okay. If I haven't met you yet, you schedule a meeting with me. You let me know what time or date are you available. Pero kung na-meet ko na kayo, okay na yon, unless you need another meeting with me. For the third and fourth presenters, you will be the one prompting me kung kailan kayo available. No? So, i-message niyo ako or i-course through niyo doon sa leads natin, no? And then let's see if the schedule would permit us to meet, no? So, the calendar is updated. Okay, thank you, Chelsea. So, third and fourth na tayo. Okay. So, yung third and fourth, kayo ang mag-prompt sa akin kung kailan kayo pwede. So, I could check kung pwede ako dun sa date na yon. Galing, no? I adjust based on your availability. So, good. Alright, so I think that's it. Baka naman ready na yung first presenters natin. Well, ready or not, I'll be giving you the floor. I-co-host kayo isa-isa, pero hindi ko kasi sure kung asa na yung listahan. Sorry, si Chelsea kasi nakakaalam ng listahan eh. Pwede ba to sa Google? Hindi ako masyadong Google person, pero if I make you co-host, for example, one of the members, can you assign the other members as co-host also? Pwede ba yun sa Google Meet? Ito na. Thank you, Iza. O, sige na. I'll be giving you the floor habang nag-assign ako. Alright, go ahead. I-cheer naman natin sila.
Good afternoon.
Emoji tayo, ganyan. Parang hindi sila masyadong kabahan. Go ahead, Iza. Thank you.
Good afternoon po. Audible naman po ako. Heart react po if naririnig. Ayan. A few reminders lang po before po kami mag-start. Before po mag-start yung class is para po sa mismong presentation. Ininame ko lang po sila, si Criza, si Marco, si Dave, si Raymond, and si Ate Zaf. Ayan po, kapag tinawag po kayo ng pag tinawag po kayo ng ating mga game masters, ay sagot po tayo sa kanilang questions. Ayan, thank you po. Permission to present po.
everyone, this is the Group D and we are here to present about the theory, yung psychosexual stages of development ni Sigmund Freud. So, first, sino nga ba si Sigmund Freud? Ano nga ba yung theory na ito? So, aalamin natin yan. Sigmund Freud is the primary proponent of the psychosexual stages of development, a core theory of psychoanalysis developed in the late 19th century or early 20th century. He was also known as the founder of psychoanalysis, which is a theory of how the mind works and a method of helping people with mental distress. So he developed concepts na siguro familiar na tayo, like the id, ego, superego, defense mechanism, and psychosexual stages, profoundly influencing modern psychology, culture, and how people understand human behavior even amidst criticism during his time. So, today we will be focusing on his theory about psychosexual stages of development. So, ano nga ba itong theory na ito, no? The theory of psychosexual stages of development by Freud claims that as we grow up, we pass through 5 critical phases, and that is the oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. This is defined by our sexual drive, or also called libido, concentrating at specific erogenous zone o yung mga parte sa ating katawan kung saan highly sensitive tayong lahat. So, our sex drive, which Freud called libido, focuses in a different erogenous zone at each phases. So, again, the phases are called 5 yun. Oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital, pakitandaan. If our experience during any of these phases were traumatic, we might develop fixations later in life, such as neuroses, dependencies, addictions, depressions, or madami pang iba. So, ano nga ba yung cause ng mga fixations na ito, di ba? So, problematic. So, fixations are caused by unresolved conflicts, excessive gratification, or severe frustrations of the child during any of the childhood stages. Yung unang tatlo, oral, anal, at saka yung phallic. So, when a child's libido becomes stuck due to any of this issue, they remain preoccupied with the erogenous zone of that stage padala sa adulthood. So, malaking epekto. Yung nangyari dito sa bata pa lang habang dun sa tumatanda. So, okay, open lang ako na hindi. Patapos na kasi to. So, the stages along with the fixations will be further discussed by my group mates. Hi, kita na ako. Diba? Ang ganda. So now, pakilipat din sa game na lalaruin natin.
Po, okay.
So guys, na-take note naman natin yung information. So may mini energizer lang tayo. So inaanyayahan po natin lahat na if posible, pwede naman po mag-open mic po kayo. Para lang na fun yung natin, session natin ngayon. So kahit sabay-sabay, okay lang yan. Maririnig ko kayo kasi madami akong tenga. Believe me. Go po. So, ayun, open mic guys ha. Start na tayo
Wala po yung signal.
Lag po ata sila.
Lag po ba? Lag po isa.
I shouldn't believe in ever.
So guys, magtanungan muna tayo kasi 'di ba narinig niyo na naman ako. Sinabi ko na kung sino yung proponent natin, ano yung theory. So, tama, sobrang ganda kaya nag-lag. So, may tatanungin muna tayo. So, kung sinong gustong sumagot lang kayo. Okay lang 'yan. So, sino po yung proponent natin? Go po. Go po. Ethan de Guzman.
Ang proponent po natin is Sigmund Freud po.
Tama, si Sigmund Freud. So, di ba sa mga nabanggit kong mga concepts na na-develop niya, ano dun yung pag-uusapan natin ngayong araw?
Yung cycle
Ay, hindi ko po. Okay, si KSRL, sagot ka nga po.
The 5 psychosexual phases.
Psychosexual stages of development. Yes. So, natandaan niyo ba kung yung limang 5 stages, di ba? Sinabi ko na rin naman. O, ayan. Nandiyan na sila. Oh my God. Sige, yung 5, guys. Sige. Gilbert.
Yung 5, yung 2 po ng psychosexual development, yung oral, the anal, the phallic, the latency, and the genital stage po. Thank you.
At so, ayan. Thank you po, Gilbert. Ready na po ba tayo mag-start? Okay. So, yun. Inaanin naman po ulit namin kayo. Open mic po tayo para naman masaya.
Go.
Isa, Mika. Wala pa ba? Ana Marga.
Kabasa.
So, ang galing. Tumigil yung ingay dun sa aso sa background ko na dumagdag naman kayo. Joke lang, hindi. Very good, guys. Let's give a clap. Hindi, ang galing nyo nga sobra. So, ayun nga, di ba may game na tayo? Tanong ko lang kayo, guys. Do you guys want to play a game?
Yes.
Yes. If click ng yes, pa-heart po tayo. If ignore, ganito. Thumbs down. So, thankfully, lahat nag-yes. Buti naman po. If ever may mag-thumbs down, wala rin kayong choice. Kasi mag-aaral po tayo today. Yan ang agenda. So, ayun po. Pabalik po. Yan. So, hello 128. Ako ulit to. Do any of you have an idea why you're suddenly stuck in this game? Wait, hindi nyo alam na na-stuck kayo sa game natin, no? Ayan, kaya ni-inform ko ngayon, na-stuck kayo. Well, because hindi nyo nasagutan ng tama yung activity natin kanina. Maaaring nasabayan nyo nga, Marga, Abi, ganon. Pero ang tamang sagot kasi ay... Dapat, ganda. Grabe, wala man lang nakatama. Medyo nakaka-hurt, diba? Hoy, wag kayo walang basher, wala. So, now, I know you wanted to be set free. So, listen to me guys ha. Listen na. Today, you will become someone's parent. Wow! Congratulations! Your task is to make good decisions sa bawat psychosexual stages. So, the result of the child's growth will be the basis ng game master natin kung mananatili ba kayong trap dito sa laro natin or masiset free kayo sa bandang dulo. So now, let the game begin and it's time for you to meet the game master. So again, congratulations! You are the lucky person that we chose to play Freud's game. We hope again that you make the right decision. So, here is your baby. Oh my God, guys. Claim nyo na po. Kayo yan. Sa game lang natin, tandaan.
Alright, so now let's start with the first stage. But, oh no! Your child is hungry! Quick! What do you do, Teach Marco? Guys, umiiyak yung bata! Anong gagawin natin? Teach Seth! What do we do, Teach Seth? Umiiyak yung bata! Ay, ignore! Hala! Bakit nyo ini-ignore yung bata? Oh my gosh! Feed the child! Sure ba, final? Heart react kung feed the child. Siyempre. Ay, okay, sige, feed the child. Okay, great. What do you do next? Give the child a snack or let the child rest? Heart react kung yung first, then down react kung yung second. Down react, let the child rest. Okay, okay. Are you sure? Kakakain lang ni baby. Okay. Heart react kung ignore or take back pag down. Okay, ignore. But oh no! The child is now crying. What do we do? Do we heart react, ignore it, or do we swaddle them to sleep? Kung like, i-like nyo guys kung swaddle to sleep. Ang sasama nyo. Joke lang. Swaddle them to sleep. Okay, so congratulations. The progress have been saved. But ano ba tong stage na to, Teacher Mika? Well, it is the oral stage of the child. So, I have a question. Have you ever wondered why some adults bite their nails when they're nervous or why we find biting sarcasm so satisfying? It all begins with the first stage of development, which is the oral stage. Starting at birth and lasting until about 1 year of age, the center of a child's world is the mouth, lips, and tongue. During this period, an infant's primary interaction with the world is oral, so through their mouths lang, serving the dual purpose of survival and pleasure. We see this manifest in several key behaviors. Sucking and rooting are the natural instincts used to find nourishment, while oral exploration, putting hands, toys, or blankets in the mouth, is how they learn about their environment. And they also use the mouth for self-soothing, using pacifiers or thumbs to reduce anxiety. As teeth emerge, the behavior shifts to biting and chewing, moving the child from passive receiving to a more active and sometimes aggressive way of engagement. So in this stage po, the way the child interacts with the world is through the mouth. Now, in this stage, the infant is completely dependent on their caregivers, which is their mothers, to provide food and comfort, laying the foundation for lifelong trust. The libido is concentrated in the oral cavity. Like I said, since oral stage na to, the way the child interacts with the environment is through their mouths. Ganon. It is also here that the infant begins to realize they are separate from their mother, marking the very early development of ego. Now, however, meron tayong tinatawag na fixations. If nakinig kayo kay Teacher Ana, maririnig nyo ang fixation. Now, ano nga ba ang fixation when it comes to the oral stage? Fixation can occur if a child's needs are either ignored or smothered, leaving them psychologically tethered to this stage for the rest of their life. This result in two distinct personality types. The oral incorporative personality is often excessively optimistic, gullible, and perpetually dependent on others for validation. On the other hand, the oral aggressive personality emerges from fixation during the painful period of teething, yung nagkakatit na si baby. These individuals tend to be hostile and sarcastic, using their words as a biting weapon rather than a source of comfort. So, dalawang personality traits daw. It's either napaka-dependent mo on the others or napaka-sarcastic mo. Ganun, Chair. Ay, sorry. In adulthood, an oral character might be seen constantly chewing a pencil, sipping a drink, or talking excessively, yung mga yappers, ganun. Their primary struggle is usually a fear of abandonment or a desperate need for external validation. Essentially, they are still hungry for the attention they missed or overindulged in during infancy. So congratulations, players! You've finished your lesson on the first stage of the oral stage. Now, I wish you good luck on the next stages to come. So please, Teach Marga, take the stage.
Thank you so much, Game Master Mika. So good job, parents. You've successfully cleared the first stage. So now for the second stage, I will be your Game Master, Marga. And now it's time for potty training. So choose how to train your child. Heart, if iti-train nyo sila strictly. Sad naman kung don't train the child. And angry naman if the child is ready. Sad daw, wag daw i-train yung child. Sige, pabayaan na yan. Tingnan natin anong mangyayari. Oh no, your child is not yet ready. So, kailangan nila ng guidance. So, anong gagawin natin? Continue or wait until the child is ready? Part if continue. Continue lang. Are you sure? Heart if yes, and ganito naman if wait until the child is ready. Tama. Tama na yung pinipili nila. So yan, your child is now ready. What do you do? Heart, nothing, let him fend for himself. Or sad, prepare necessary materials and train the child accordingly with proper motivation and small steps. Yan, sad. Okay. Yan, very good parents. Stage results have been saved. So ano nga ba yung sinasabi natin sa stage 2, which is the anal stage? So alam niyo ba na the way you handle control and discipline today might trace back to how you were toilet trained when you were a child? Yes, this is all about the anal stage or the second stage of Freud's psychosexual development theory. And nagtitake place siya from 18 months to 3 years old. During this period, children become more aware of rules, control, and expectations, especially sa toilet or potty training na tinatawag natin. So Freud believed that this stage is crucial in shaping a child's sense of discipline, interdependence, and self-regulation. So for example, yung kanina natin na nilaro na kapag yung caregivers is binigyan sila or tinuruan sila with patience and consistency, the child learns responsibility and nafe-feel proud sila sa achievement nila. And sa kabilang banda naman, kapag masyado tayong strict or feeling natin nakakahiya yung mga ginagawa nila, pwede siyang mag-lead sa frustration, resistance, or baby na baka matakot sila na magkaroon or makagawa ng mga maling desisyon sa buhay. So before this, yung sinabi kanina ni Teacher Mika na oral stage, connected silang dalawa. So sa oral stage, di ba, nagre-rely lang yung mga infants sa mouth, para sa comfort. Pero alam niyo ba na yung activities such as sucking, feeding, and chewing are hindi lang sila physical needs, but they are also emotional ones as well. So for instance, a baby who is soothed by a pacifier learns that the world is a safe place. So, sinuggest ni Freud na ang consistent care ay very crucial sa stage na to dahil dito nabibuild yung trust and emotional security ng mga bata. Samantalang kagaya ng ginawa nyo kanina, kapag naman neglect natin sila ay pwede siyang mag-show up later in life as magkakaroon ka ng mga habits like overeating, nail biting, o kaya magkakaroon ka ng emotional dependence. Kaya sinasabi na ang anal stage ay isa sa mga pinakamahalagang stage sa buhay ng bata. Kasi dito sila nagkakaroon ng sense of control, independence, and responsibility sa buhay nila. So, through experiences like toilet training, akala natin, di ba, is simple task lang siya. Pero sinasabi dito na through this way is natututo yung bata on how to manage their behavior and kung paano sila magre-respond sa rules and expectations na sineset sa kanila ng mga nag-aalaga sa kanila. So, proper guidance and proper guidance help them to build their confidence and autonomy, while overly strict or overly lenient approach may affect how individuals handle order, authority, and discipline later in life. So, overall, ina-emphasize ni Freud na lahat ng stages na babanggitin namin ay interconnected. So, yung oral stage ang naglilay ng foundation, samantalang yung anal stage naman yung nagda-develop ng independence nila and self-control. So together, these experiences like feeding and toilet training can shape personality and behavior later sa buhay natin. And that's all. Again, very good parents. And now, ipapasa ko na kayo sa ating third game master. Thank you!
Okay, hello everyone and congratulations parents. You have successfully cleared stage 2. But guess what? There's another stage waiting. So, are you guys ready? Okay, so can I please have Teacher Dave to play with me?
Yes, basta ikaw po, Teach Abby. Ang ganda mo.
Thank you, Teacher Dave. Now, Teacher Dave, your child insists on sitting with his mother and becomes angry when the father gets near to them. What do you do? Do you gently talk with him and include the father in an activity or ignore the child's behavior?
Gently talk to him po.
Are you
Yes. Gutin ko sana yung ignore the child's behavior, pero ikaw kasi yung naging parang nagsabi, so hindi. Thank you, Teach Abby. Ang ganda mo.
Thank you, Teacher Dave. Let's see. Yung tama nga ang sagot ni Dave. Okay, good decision. Now that the child feels secure, what do you need, Teacher Dave? Do you help them bond comfortably or encourage them to do father-son bonding activities?
Pwede po both.
Bawal po eh. Could you please pick one?
Yung help them bond comfortably, ganon.
Are you sure, Teacher Dave?
Yes po.
Okay. Okay, ayan, nasave na yung result. So, congratulations, Teacher Dave. You have made this far. Before moving on, let me explain few things. Thank you, Teacher Dave. Okay, so when children are around 3 to 6 years old, their behavior starts to change. They ask more questions, become curious about their bodies, and sometimes show favoritism toward one parent. These actions may look simple, but in psychology, they actually have deeper meaning. This brings us to the phallic stage, the third stage of Freud's theory of psychosexual development. Okay. The phallic stage happens at around 3 to 6 years old. During this stage, children become more aware of their bodies. and start noticing the differences between boys and girls. For example, a child may ask questions like why boys and girls look different, or may become curious about their own body. This kind of curiosity is normal at this stage. And according to Freud, children may also develop a stronger attachment to the opposite sex parent. Paano yan, Teacher Abby? Okay, for instance, a young boy may prefer his mother's attention and feel jealous when his father is around. That's what we call Oedipus complex. Yes, Oedipus complex yung binanggit ng professor natin kanina. And then, similarly, a young girl may feel closer to her father, known as Electra complex. Again, if it is for young boy, it's called Oedipus complex, while if it is for young girl, it is called Electra complex. And these are emotional attachments and part of normal development. At this stage, children also begin learning about gender roles by copying adults. For example, they might say like, do you want to be mommy or daddy? Or they might imitate their actions. Freud emphasized that how parent responds to children's curiosity is important. If parents explain calmly, the child develops confidence. But if the child gets scolded or shamed, it may lead to feelings of guilt or confusion. The phallic stage ends when the child enters the latency stage, where attention shifts to school, friendship, and skills. Overall, proper guidance during the phallic stage helps children develop healthy emotional and social relationship later in life. Okay? Naintindihan po ba? Okay, that's all for now, parents. Good luck, and I hope you can successfully navigate the following stages.
So, wow, you've actually made it to the 4th stage, but don't get too relaxed because you still have 2 more to go. So, may I have, sino ba to? Si Teach Raymond para samahan ako maglaro. Andito po ba siya? Wag po muna tayong sumagot. Wag po natin noon si Raymond.
Hello.
Kawawa siya. Hi po. Okay. So, yung anak niyo po, they're showing a sign of interest in sports. What do you do? Show support and encouragement in his hobby or disregard his interest? Choose carefully po.
Ang hirap. Siguro ano na lang, show support and encouragement is hobby.
Okay, sige. Ano kaya yung magiging sagot dyan? That's great! Now, what do you do next? Isa na naman yung answer dyan. Okay, so we help him po. Yes, ang galing mo, Teach Raymond. Yan, ang galing nyo po. Ang galing nyo po. Okay, so, your results have been saved for this stage. Very well done, parents. Now, nasa na ba tayo ngayon? So, the latency stage is the 4th stage of Freud's theory of psychosexual development, spanning 6 years old to puberty. During this stage, the superego continues to develop while the Eve's energy is suppressed, meaning the libido, aka sexual impulses ng bata, is dormant during this stage, leading to a period of relative calm. At this stage, children focus more on other pursuits, such as education, building social relationships, and obtaining other practical skills necessary for adult life. Most of the child's time is channeled into acquiring new knowledge, and activities are largely confined to other children of the same gender. According to Freud, unresolved problems at this stage will lead to a failed transition to the next and can lead to problems relating to social withdrawal. For example, a child might retain their immaturity or develop difficulty expressing emotions or forming healthy relationships with their peers. In the case that a child fails to properly initiate social connections at this stage of life, perhaps because they struggle to talk to their peers, are consistently excluded, mocked, or humiliated, this could impact their social skills in the long run and possibly lead to feelings of isolation or inadequacy. Additionally, parents who display overprotection and isolate their kids at this stage may prevent children from forming friendships and grow having a preference for isolation, which, social creatures yung mga tao talaga. It can only go so far in real world application. Academically naman, if a child falls behind during these years, for instance, they show a lack in writing skills or reading comprehension, lalaki silang feeling incompetent, leading to insecurity and unstable confidence. So, this stage ends with the onset of puberty, when sexual urges resurface and the individual enters the final stage of Freud's theory of psychosexual development, the genital stage. So, congrats for passing this stage. Last na yung susunod and malapit na kayo makalabas. So, good luck!
Alright, good afternoon parents and players. Congratulations, nakaabot kayo sa 5th stage. Heart react nga if nagugustuhan niyo maging parent and mag-boo kayo kung nahihirapan na kayo. Boo, di pa kayo ready maging parent. That's so sad. Pero ngayon, your child is now at a puberty age and seeks you to understand more about his body. Now, I would want to call parent Criza. Andito ba si Mom Criza para matulungan ako na mag-decide? Ayan. So, Mom Criza, ito yung mga choices mo. Don't tell him anything because it would influence him to have relationship with girls, or do you teach him what he needs to know, such as understanding feelings, sex education, and hormonal change?
Mabait ako kaya teach him what he needs to know.
Okay, that's a good choice. Wow, sobrang galing. Stage 5 results have been saved agad. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, the genital stage is the 5th and last stage of Sigmund Freud's psychosexual stages of development na nangyayari from puberty until death. In this stage, the libido reemerges and is redirected to other people, such as an individual's peers of the other sex, which implies sexual maturity. Unlike in other stages, katulad ng phallic stages, where yung pleasure nila is more directed to self-pleasure or masturbation. This stage is also described as the onset of romantic and sexual interests that can possibly blossom into an intimate relationship. Na-state din ni Freud dito na yung ego and superego daw has fully developed by this stage kasi id yung nagko-control sa children sa early stages. In this stage, individuals explore their sexual emotions and desires as they become more mature. Examples of these are learning about safe sex, consent, and understanding romantic and sexual interests they have for other people. Freud stated that fixations resulted by early stages may also be adopted or manifested in this stage. As an example, if a child had an oral fixation, they would enjoy kissing and sexual acts more than the actual penetration. Freud also stated that unresolved conflicts in this stage might result in problems such as sexual dysfunction, difficulty in forming healthy relationships, emotional problems, and the like. To conclude, the last stage of psychosexual development touches on the deep understanding of the importance and practice of intimacy, emotional depth, trust, consent, and satisfaction, which builds the onset of the mature sexual relationships that one would have. Now, yung theory ni Sigmund Freud received a lot of criticisms. Freud himself has this reputation of being criticized because of his theories. Now, you might ask me, this relevant? Why or why not? For me, I think it is still relevant because the mention of example, yung oral fixations natin, sabi nila is na manifest daw sa adults na nail biting, etc., etc., is nakikita natin ngayon sa mga nakapaligid sa atin. So, nakikita natin yung manifestations palagay sa ideas itong theories na ito. That's why I still think it is relevant. However, is this theory still relevant in the Philippine education? I would want to ask Game Master Ana sana kung ano yung thoughts niya dito. Andito ba si Game Master Ana?
Hello, yes po. Nandito po si Game Master Ana.
So, Game Master Ana, we want to know kung ano daw ba yung relevance nitong theory na to dito sa education natin sa Pilipinas. May thoughts ka ba about this?
Wait. Siyempre mayroon. Di ba sa pag-aaral naman, kinakailangan merong relevance yung pinag-aaralan natin kasi para saan ba to? Importante ba to sa atin? Siyempre bilang kaguruan, importante na malaman natin tong psychosexual stages of development ni Freud. So bakit nga ba? Kasi siguro kapag tayo ay naging isang actual na guro na, makakatulong ito sa atin na maintindihan o maunawaan kung bakit yung isang bata ay nagbe-behave ng ganito, ganyan, kung paano siya natututo, at nare-relate natin yung mga ginagawa niya sa kung ano man yung experiences niya during, especially, ayun nga, yung formative years. Di ba? Aalamin natin na kapag inaral natin yung psychosexual stages of development ni Freud, maaari tayong matulungan nito sa pag-unawa sa pangangailangan ng isang bata at maunawaan natin kung bakit nga ba siya nagbe-behave ng ganito. Kasi nga, gaya nga na sinabi natin kanina, kung ang karanasan ng isang bata ay nagkaroon ng such as traumatic events, madadala niya to hanggang sa pagtanda. So kasama na din dun kasi yung behavior, hindi lamang sa sexual drive or yung tinatawag nating libido. So, sa kaalaman natin sa karanasan nila or psychosexual development, magkakaroon tayo ng paraan kung paano nga ba natin matuturuan ng maayos ang isang kabataan. At saka magiging sensitive din tayo when it comes sa ating teaching, no? Siyempre, hindi naman may iwasan na sobrang kulit ng bata, baka magalit na agad tayo bilang mga guro kasi siyempre, stress. Pero kailangan nating maunawaan ano nga ba yung pinanggagalingan ng bata, ano yung naranasan nitong batang to. At kapag nalaman natin yung background na yun, ay, alam ko na, di ba? Hindi, magkakaroon kayo ng ideya kung ano ba yung mga paraan or strategy bilang isang guro kung paano ito mag-guidance or matuturuan na maayos yung isang bata. And bilang isang guro rin naman, hindi lang tayo guro or bilang second nanny nila sa loob ng isang classroom. Siyempre, nire-refer din natin sila sa mga guidance counselor kung kinakailangan ba nila ng tulong ng mga professional. Dapat bilang isang guro, alam natin yon. And lastly, itong mga naisip ko nga, Game Master Isa, kasi kung natatandaan natin yung focus ng DepEd is holistic development, no? So, alam ba ng mga tagapagkinig natin ngayon kung ano yung holistic development na sinasabi ng DepEd? Alam po ba? Okay lang naman kung hindi. Sige, ako na magpaalala. So, ayun nga yung holistic development na kinakailangan natin ay yung intellectual, emotional, social, and moral development. So, doon pa lang kapag nalaman na natin yung karanasan ng isang bata sa mga spesipikong age nila, matututunan natin at mas uunawaan natin kung paano ba yung dapat maging aksyon at paraan ng pagturo sa isang bata depende sa kung ano man yung nakaranasan nila. So, ayun yung relevant. Sana naman, di ba, bilang isang mga guro, kahit na isipin na medyo outdated na yung paraan ng teorya ni Freud, is maisa-isip para mas mabuti nating magampanan yung role natin bilang isang agent of change sa buhay ng mga bata.
Okay, thank you so much for that very enriching and beautiful insight, Game Master Ana. Ngayon, malapit na kayong maka-escape, guys. Malapit nyo nang matakasan yung baby nyo. Pero I would like to invite Game Master Abby sana to choose 5 random players para mabigyan niya kayo ng ticket na makaalis na kayo sa game. And malaman namin if you really learn something sa journey na to bilang isang parent. Game Master Abby?
Okay, congratulations, player. You have completed all 5 stages of Freud's psychosexual development. From the oral stage up to the genital stage, you were able to pass each level and move closer to the final game. But hindi pa dito nagtatapos ang laban. You are now in the final stage of the game and this will determine if you can finally make it out. This time, it's our question and answer portion. But of course, with a twist, we will be showing pictures of our players and we will be randomly choosing 5 of you. Here's how it will work. Listen carefully. Once your picture appears on the cam, you will be the one to answer the question orally. But even if you're not selected, you may already participate freely in the chat box. No need to wait. Feel free to type your answers anytime, okay? Participation is voluntary, so go lang kung gusto nyo. And it seems like we have Mr. Martin right here. Oh my God. Are you here, Teacher Martin?
Yes po, I'm here po. Gmail lang po, joke lang. Go.
Okay, are you ready for your question, teacher?
Go na po. Go po.
Walang choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is your question. Miss Universe yan. Okay. What are Freud's 5 psychosexual stages and in what order do they occur?
Order, naka-order.
Yes.
Okay. 5 stages by Sigmund Freud are, first is oral, next is anal, tapos phallic ba yan something? Letter P, I forgot. And yung next is latency, tapos genital stage.
All right, ang galing naman. Thank you, Mr. Mariano. You got it right. So, bigyan natin siya ng claps, guys. Claps. Okay, thank you. Okay, next. Who will be the lucky one na susunod? Let's see. Oh my God! Coincidence. Okay, we have Miss Shara Mariano. Sobrang galing. Dalawa silang Mariano. Teacher Shara, are you here?
Yes po.
Okay, are you ready for your question, teacher?
No po.
Wala ka pong choice. So, eto na po yung question mo. Okay, here's your question po. According to Freud, why are early childhood experiences important to for personality development? I'm going to repeat it twice po. According to Freud, why are early childhood experiences important for personality development? Go ahead, teacher.
Wait, why ano po?
Why are early childhood experiences important for personality development?
Wait po.
Okay po.
I think early child experiences are crucial to personality development because this is where they shape the this is where the personality forms early. This is where they shape the unconscious mind, and then yung deeper desires, fears, and conflicts live. I'm not sure.
Okay na po yun?
Yes po.
Okay po, teacher. Sobrang galing po. Thank you so much for answering that question. Then, Teacher Mika, shall we proceed? Sino kaya ang susunod na papalarin? Okay, Mr. Baluyot, are you here?
Yes po, hello.
Hello, teacher. How are you po?
Okay lang, tanggap ko na.
Okay. I think this question is going to be basic for you. So my question is, what are the Oedipus and Electra complexes? What are the Oedipus and Electra complexes?
Okay, according to Freud is, Oedipus is poor boy. Ito yung nakakaramdaman ng attraction sa mother. Ito yung nakikita ng boys sa father nila being rival na siguro is nag-result ng fear and guilt towards their father. Tapos, and sa Electra complex is the female version nito is ito yung kung saan yung girl is nakakaramdam ng attraction sa father. Ganun din is yung girl naman is nakakaramdam ng tension sa mother. Ayun daw.
Okay, tama. Thank you po, Teacher Jasmine. Okay, what a wonderful insights. Nakikinig siya. Okay, let's see kung sino po ang second to the last. Sorry. Teacher Selena, are you here po?
Yes po.
Okay, here's your question, teacher. What does Freud mean by fixation and how can it affect adult behavior? What does Freud mean by fixation and how can it affect adult behavior?
Hello, sorry. From what I understood, fixation by Freud is yung when hindi fully hindi maayos yung for example, hindi maayos naka-get over the oral stage ang isang bata, hanggang sa adult niya magkakaroon ng problems na related dito. So, sorry ulit yung question, what is yung fixation and
how can it affect adult behavior?
Ayun. So, kapag may hindi naayos yung development ng sa stage na yon, maaaring madala ito ng bata sa adulthood niya, for like the example earlier, kapag hindi siya properly nakaget over sa oral stage, hanggang sa pagdating niya sa adulthood, pwede siyang maging fixated sa kissing or oral activities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Teacher Selena. What a wonderful insights rather. Okay, for the last one, ready na ba kayo? Hoy, wait lang, Teacher Mika. Ay, sorry. Dapat kakabahan sila. Tingnan natin. Medyo tagalan mo yung Okay? Go ahead po, teacher. Sino kaya ang magiging last? Sino siya? Teacher Ethan! Alam ko nandito ka. Open mic. Hala, nawala. Ginos. Teacher Ethan, are you here? Uy, seryoso ba? Hala, oo, nawala siya. For real. Hihintayin natin. Sige. Teacher Ethan, bumalik ka po dito kasi may responsibility ka po.
Hello. At
saan ka nang galing?
hindi ko siya makita. Picture lang ni Mika. Naglalag ako na, wait lang, show ko sa inyo. Picture lang siya ni Mika.
Teacher Mika? Oh no. Pero Teacher Ethan, here's your question kasi.
Ano kayo?
Do you feel any pressure right now?
Oo, ano yan?
Do you feel any pressure right now?
Yes, I feel so much pressure right now.
Okay, so dahil dyan, dahil
Yes po.
pressure ka, here's your question po.
Hindi ako makahinga.
Okay, here's your question, teacher. Do you think Freud's Are you ready, teacher? Okay.
Lag ka po, nak.
I love.
Go. Yes.
Really? Sige, continue lang natin to. Kahit maglag ako, itatype ko sa chat box yung question, teach. Okay.
Go. Type
Do
mo
you
na lang.
think Freud's psychosexual stages are still
Hindi ko
relevant?
alam.
Lag ba talaga? Seryoso? Okay. Magta-type ako.
Ay, seryoso ako.
For real ah.
Ako yung nagsiguro kanina po eh.
Okay, be, wait lang.
Pero go, try mo nga i-chat na.
Wait lang.
Promise, please. Hello?
Wait lang, ma. Okay na po.
Do you think Freud's psychosexual stages are still relevant
Pero
today?
hindi ako nakakatawa.
Why or why not? Hello? Hindi naman nakalag sa inyo, no?
Hindi po.
So, hello?
Hello po.
So, thank you for that wonderful question. So, I believe that Freud's psychosexual stages are still relevant today because of hydrogen. And that's all. Thank you. Anyway, so naniniwala ako na yung psychosexual stages ni Freud is relevant today because it helps us, the parents to first navigate kung paano nga ba, katulad ng ginawa natin, di ba? Kung paano nga ba ina-navigate yung parenthood, di ba? Tapos, it helps the teachers din, katulad ng minention ni Anna kanina, to know kung ano nga ba yung pinanggagalingan ng behavior ng students natin. Kasi, as she said kanina, if I remember correctly, tayo nga yung agents of change, tayo rin yung pangalawang magulang nila. Tapos, pangatlo, it's, siguro sa sarili natin, para mas maintindihan or ma-understand natin yung sarili natin. So, ayun lang po.
Okay po.
Ayun lang.
Ayun lang. With the dagdag.
Hello, walang nagsasalita.
Okay, Teach. Thank you so much po. Ayan. Gusto ko pa sana magtawag ng isa pa. However, wala na yung screen. So, let's wrap it up. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your answers.
Abigail?
Yes.
Abigail?
Yes po.
Yes, Abigail, you may continue to call another one kahit walang picture on screen.
Si ma'am na nagsabi niyan ha. Okay. Okay. Random naman to. I-ano ko yung screen ko. Yan. Okay. Let's see who we got. Okay. Seems like we got teacher Zar L. Fugen.
Ba't si Chelsea nasa screen?
Ganon. Sige, balik na lang natin para fair. Go, Teacher Mika. Si Teach, ano yan, Teach? Teach, ano yan? Teach, ano? Sorry. Okay, Miss Jarish Pertes, are you still here? Sobrang ganda, sobrang Latina. Okay, so still parang takeaway lang din naman to. So your question is just same as Ethan's. So your question is, do you think Freud's psychosexual stages are still relevant today? Why or why not?
Sabi ko lang po that it is still relevant po. Gawa na hanggang ngayon ay nagagamit pa rin siya lalo na sa pagtuturo. Minsan nadadala natin siya kung paano natin i-approach yung mga bata at kung paano tayo palakihin natin ng mga magulang natin.
Ang galing. Thank you so much, Teacher Jarish. Ang gagaling ng mga sagot ninyo. As in. So, ayun lang. Hindi na tayo magdadagdag. So, eto, kasi ayun lang yung nahanda naming questions. So, let's wrap it up po. Okay, so again, thank you so much for your answers. Sa mga chosen players, ang gagaling po ng mga answers nyo, like literally. And your responses show that you really understood Freud's psychosexual development stages, not just as theory, but as something that explains behavior and personality. Now that the final questions have been answered, there's only one last thing left to do. The players have passed the stages, they survived the challenges, and they proved their understanding. But they are still not completely free because the only one who locked them in this game is also the only one who can only set them free. At this point, I would like to call on our game master, the brain behind the game, the stages, and the locks. Game master Anna, please come forward.
Wow! O, diba? Sobrang relevant ko naman. Ako mag-design, patapusin ko ba to o hindi? Oh, grabe! I feel powerful. So, everyone, let me congratulate you for finishing the game. Pero ito na, malalaman na natin kung kayo ba ay mananatiling preso sa ating game o kayo ay masaset free. So, okay, corny. Sorry, wala kasing background music, kaya ako na gumawa. So, everyone, congratulations, you are now set free. Thank you so much for listening, and may you always be lucky in every part of the game, in your life, everywhere, anywhere. Thank you so much po. Thank you! Malaya na kayo.
Is this the part, Anna, that I enter na? Ito na ba yun? Hindi ko
Yes,
maintindihan. Okay. Alright. Thank you very much. Pwede na tanggalin ang Okay, ayan. Sige, muli, palakpakan natin ang first presenters. Makakahinga na sila sa wakas. Okay. Ang ating paboritong nurse. There you go. So, of course, thank you very much, everybody, for Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for participating. Napaka-huhusay niyo mag-participate, no? Talaga namang itong klaseng to. Ito yung, lagi ko tong sinasabi at parang lagi ko tong sasabihin sa bawat klase natin, 128, na ako yung last subject nyo for TF at kayo din yung last subject ko for TF din at saka for this week, no? Pero parang lagi tayong maraming energy. So, keep it up. I'm liking it naman, the energy, no? Tsaka so far, sana hindi naman kayo nagkakasakitan emotionally. So, bahala kayo yan. Gusto niyo ang gawin. So, ayusin nyo yan. Okay? Alright. So, I'd like to open the floor sana, no, for Q&A or clarifications. Although Abigail here was able to deliver the assessment activity very well, and the questions also were very good. It comprised of lower order thinking skills, meaning it's just a remembering question, and also with a higher order thinking skills with the why questions, no? The how and the why questions. So, mahusay yun, no? I'm not sure lang if na-discuss ninyo yung id, ego, super ego. Na-cover ba yun? Parang hindi. Okay. Alright. So, dadaanan lang natin, hindi natin kailangan tong tambayan. Pero nabasa ba ng ilan sa mga kagrupo dito sa first presenter kung ano ang id, ego, at super ego? Baka pwede nyo lang kaming bigyan ng siguro overview or personal understanding of the Freud's structure of the human psyche. Okay, sige. I'll call Mika first and then Iza. Go ahead, Mika.
So, from what I remember po, yung id, yan po yung mga desires ng tao, yan po yung mga wants natin. Yung ego po, yan po yung mga parang nagko-hold back sa id. And then yung super ego po, yun yung parang moral ng isang tao. Ma'am, hindi ko naman. Yun lang po yung parang naalala ko. Yung
Okay
id
lang.
pati
Okay
super
lang.
ego. Pero yung ego po, medyo, yun.
Hindi tayo sure kung ano yung ego. Ito yung ego, Mika. Itong realidad natin, no? But thank you for sharing that, no? Hindi naman mali. Hindi naman mali yung sinabi mo. Iza, maybe you'd like to add more on what Mika mentioned?
Hello po, good afternoon. Di po ako lag, Prof.
Hindi naman po.
Okay, based on my prior knowledge lang po kasi, may iceberg model po kasi si Sigmund Freud dyan, and yun po yung unconscious, conscious, and subconscious. So si id po, and yan siya po yung impulsive, yun po yung sabi po ni Teach Mika kanina na desires natin. And ayun po, sa psychosexual stages po kasi is nasa child po siya since marami pong desires in child. However, unconscious po to, and ayan po, as said po dito sa notes ko ngayon, pleasure-driven. And si ego naman po, ayan, sabi mo po ngayon, yung realidad po natin ngayon, conscious po siya, ibig sabihin po is, aware po tayo sa kanya. Ayan po, nakalagay dito na, rational mediator siya. Ibig sabihin po, yun po yung nananaig sa atin ngayon. And ang analogy naman po niya, siya po yung in-between. While si super ego naman po, si guardian angel. Or the subconscious naman po, ito naman po yung nagko-concentrate sa ego, while since po siya po yung mediator, and si id naman po yung desires natin. Ayun po.
Yeah, thank you, Iza, for very comprehensive explanation. I think Frances and Anna would like to add. Sige, si Frances muna.
Good afternoon po. Add ko lang po sa sinabi ni Iza na yung ego, it's all about yung gusto po nating mangyari as in right now. Like wala po tayong pakialam if how po natin siya makukuha, basta yung impulse po natin yung nag-a-act. Like for example, gusto kong sumigaw ngayon, so sisigaw ako. Yung super ego naman po, mamaya ma'am. Yung super ego naman po is parang siya yung parang judge, parang inaano niya, parang tawag dito, mali, yung ego po is parang binabalance out niya si ego, si id and saka si super ego. Tinitingnan niya po yung reality principle kung ano ba yung practical and something like that. So for example, gusto ko sumigaw pero ma-realize ko na it will get me in trouble. So giisipan mo muna. And lastly is yung super ego. Dito naman po yung mga ideas, yung mga rules, yung mga morals niyo po nagsastand. So yun lang po.
Okay, thank you, Frances. And sige, last two ha, si Anna and then si Mr. President. Go ahead, Anna.
So, to add lang po, since nasabi na rin nila yung definition, i-relate ko na lang yung id, ego, and super ego dun sa mismong stages, psychosexual stages. Yung kaya nga po nasabi ni Isa, dun sa oral, anal, phallic, nandun yung isa't isa na id, ego, and super ego, while mas dominated yung oral stages na id. Pero habang nasa part na po tayo ng latency kung saan medyo yung libido natin ay sobrang what's it called ba? Basta parang active na siya. And etong ego and super ego natin is nasusurpass niya itong libido. Kaya yung energy natin ay na-redirect sa school, social skills, tapos habang nagde-develop naman tayo dun na sa genital stages, yung tatlo naman na ito na id, ego, super ego ay hindi naman active, pero magkakasama pa rin silang nag-work dito sa stages nito para naman yung function natin ay balanse. Yung function ng ating libido ay napupunta into more mature, responsible relationship na nadadala natin sa adult life. Hindi lang yung purely sexual na sinasabi natin. So, gaya lang din po nung sinabi ko sa kanina, yung fixation, tama po yung na-research ko, kung magkaroon daw po ng failure sa pagbabalance between the three, yung id, ego, super ego, doon maaaring magka-resulta ng fixation kasi yung tatlo ay unbalanced po.
Okay, thank you, Anna. Last kay President. Kaso lag siya. Ba to si President? President, what is happening to you? Okay. Ayan na.
Hello? Rinig po ba ako?
Yep. Go ahead.
So, add ko lang po, na-discuss siya nung teacher ko po nung sa DISS. Ewan ko kung makakadagdag sa knowledge niyo. Katulad lang ata ng sinabi ni Maria Micaela Lunaria. Bali yung ego po, parang yun yung human part natin, di ba? So, ang binigay po kasi ng example is ganito. Kunyari, may tinapay ka. Tapos, may kaibigan ka manghingi sa'yo ng tinapay and gutom na raw siya. So, yung ego part mo raw po, hahatiin mo yung tinapay para tigis sa kayong meron. Yung super ego part mo po, ibibigay mo sa kanya lahat ng tinapay kahit hindi ka nakamaan. And yung id part mo naman po is, wala. Hindi mo siya bibigyan. Kakainin mo yun sa harapan niya. Tapos, ayun. Ayun lang po.
Okay, thank you for that practical example, Ethan. No? So lahat naman ng sinabi nila ay tama at natutuwa naman ako na sinusugan ng isa yung sagot ng isa para mas maging malinaw sa lahat. Although maybe you have heard this already, but why did I raise this? Because Freud mentioned or is also the proponent of these three. No? So I'm not going to add more definition. I'm not going to add more definitions from what they mentioned, but just an example, maybe for example, gusto kong bumili ng iPhone 17 kasi gusto ko naman talaga, hindi lang ngayon, kunyari lang, ha? Okay, so kung gusto ko nang bumili ng iPhone 17, bibili na ako ngayon, hindi na ako magbabayad ng kotse, hindi na ako magbabayad ng tuition fee. So, bibili na ako ngayon. Ganun kagusto kasi. And that is my id. No? My super ego would tell me na siguro wag muna kasi hindi ito yung priority ko. No? So, or pwedeng wag na talaga. Baka yun yung si super ego, pwedeng niyang sabihin na wag na talaga kasi may phone ka naman, gumagana naman. Bakit ka bibili ng iPhone 17? Marami namang iPhone, updated iPhone model pa rin naman dyan, hindi mo kailangan ng 17. Pwede kang bumili ng 16 muna or ng 15. Kasi bakit? Diba? Hindi naman, magagamit mo pa rin naman yung iPhone 15 kahit hindi ka bumili ng 17. Super ego would tell me that. No. Pero kung meron po kayong iPhone 17, okay lang. Kung kayo hindi ko kayo ginajudge. Go lang. Okay. Ang sasabihin ng ego ko ngayon ay maaaring bibili ako ng iPhone 17 pero hindi this year. Kasi baka next year may iPhone 18 na. So, hindi na siya, well, gano'n naman talaga ang Apple, di ba? Every year halos or every 2 years laging meron. So, kabibili mo lang ngayon, outdated na agad yung binili mo ngayon kasi next year may bago na silang modelo, di ba? So, anong sasabihin ni ego? Pwedeng mag-ipon ka muna para kahit hindi iPhone 17 yung bilhin mo, dun sa latest model, yun yung bibilin mo kahit hindi this year. So, pwedeng ganon, no? Super ego would tell me na wag ka na talagang bumili at all. Okay, so, bakit natin sinasabi? Kasi tama yung sinabi ni Ana kanina, our fixations might not be processed well when we were younger, no? And it will cause us to go for something that is not good or maybe not better for us, or let's go to something na healthy to for us, it would help me, may mga ganong realizations. Ang pinakasimple ka sa ego, super ego, ikaw yung ego kasi that is your reality, the ego, the reality of your world at the moment. And then the id is yung may devil tsaka may angel sa shoulder. Yan yung pinaka representation na para mas maintindihan natin ano yung id, the reality, and then the super ego on the other side. Okay, so you were able to explain or maybe to share with us, first presenters, the differences of these 5 stages. Abigail also asked you kung bakit mahalaga to sa development ng tao, ba't kailangan natin tong malaman, now, maybe I'd like to call 1 or 2 students before I let you leave the Google Meet meeting, no? I'd like to ask, ano sa tingin mo yung baka pwedeng personal sa'yo or maybe somebody you know, no? Hindi kailangan ikaw, na parang meron siya or ikaw na fixation, tapos parang hindi ka maka-get over pa nun at the moment. And you think kapag ka dinala mo siya sa loob ng classroom or dinala mo siya pag teacher ka na, makaka-apekto siya sa'yo. Ano yon? So, na-identify mo na kung ano yung fixation na yon kung meron. And then, paano mo siya Zar, tatawagin kita, wait lang. Paano mo siya nakalimutan mo tuloy yung tanong. Paano mo siya babaguhin kung kailangan siyang baguhin? Paano mo siya ipapractice na maging manageable for you, no? Sige, okay lang, Zar. Apology accepted. Ayan, sige, tatawagin na kita. So, identify niyo muna ano yung fixation na yan kung meron, either sa'yo or sa kakilala mo. Tapos, paano mo siya dadalhin? Kung ikaw yon, paano mo siya dadalhin sa classroom? Madadala mo ba siya sa classroom? Sa tingin mo ba, pag dinala mo siya sa classroom, makaka-apekto? So, anong gagawin mo? Okay, kung hindi ikaw yon, kasi hindi naman magti-teacher, halimbawa yung kakilala mo, paano sa tingin mo nakaka-apekto yon sa buhay niya at the moment? Ako muna, magbigay ako example. For example, yung pinsan ko. Yung pinsan ko, bunso siya, halos matanda lang siya sa akin ng 1 year, pero lagi siyang napapagalitan ng tito ko nung bata kami. Like, yung parusa talaga doon is, yung nakaluhod siya sa floor, malamang, saan ba nakaluhod? Nakaluhod, tapos parang may dalawang medical book sa left, nakaganon, tapos another two medical books sa right hand niya. Tapos kailangan niya yun i-balance habang nakaluhod for an hour. So imagine, tapos bawal bumaba yung arms niya. So imagine gano'n yun kasakit, gano'n yun kangawit. Tapos bawal siyang magsalita bawal siyang magsalita sa kanyang daddy ng pabalang kasi medyo strict nga. So oral fixation yun. Okay, so oral fixation yun kasi may deprivation. May deprivation of speaking out, no? So nung bata siya, actually lahat naman kami, kailangan lagi namin uubusin yung pagkain namin. So may forceful feeding. Ganun kasi sa oral fixation, sa oral stage may forceful feeding kahit ayaw na namin, kahit nasusukan na kami kasi ayaw namin ng gulay, kunyari nung bata kami, pero gusto namin ng gulay. Kaya nga namin nagustuhan yung gulay kasi bawal kang hindi mag-ubos ng pagkain. So may forceful feeding, kaya parang sa lahat ng sasabihin niya, parang medyo careful siya kasi baka masaktan din siya physically. Hanggang sa ngayon, ayun, smoker yung pinsan ko. So parang meron siyang fixation na kailangan may gawin siya. So, lagi yon, may anxiety siya. So, sasabihin niya sa akin, alis lang ako na mag-smoke lang ako. Kasi kailangan niya i-fulfill yung fixation na yon para kumalma siya. So, ganun yung mga fixation na mga kaganapan sa buhay natin. Okay, paano yun naka-apekto sa kanya? Siyempre, health-wise, hindi naman healthy ang smoking. Pero kung may nagsusmoke dito, hindi ko kayo ine-encourage na ipagpatuloy. Hindi ko rin sinasabing itigil nyo na yan ngayon. Never ako nakapag-smoke, pero alam ko kung gaano kahirap na itigil ang smoking, no? Na talagang gradual release siya. Pero ang sa akin lang naman ay alagaan ninyo ang inyong, kung gusto nyo pang makita ang inyong mga magiging apo, magiging asawa, ang future ng Pilipinas, kung gusto lang, alagaan ang health. Yan lang naman ang aking punto. So yun, no? Yun yung epekto sa kanya yun. Number 1, yung health. Pangalawa, ay parang sa lahat ng sasabihin niya palagi, parang laging may idea na tama ba to or baka hindi, laging may hold back, no? So, orally fixated siya. So, pag may hold back, isusmoke na lang niya. So, ganun. Or, yun, laging smoking. Okay, may isa pa akong example pero tama na. Baka makakuha na kayo ng masyadong maraming idea. O sige, I'll ask 1 or 2. Zar, gusto mo ba mag-respond kanina?
Sorry po about earlier, ma'am. Ano po talaga yung ano lang. So, ayun po. Siguro masasabi ko pong fixation ko is oral. Because ano po, I've had the I've had a problem with chewing my nails. I really ever since I was like how do I say this? I was like in elementary. I really like to bite on my nails. I really like to bite on anything, or like for example yung um, ballpen ko. Yan, yung ballpen ko, yung tuktok nun. Lagi ko pong ginangat-ngat yun dati. Tapos one time, sa paggangat-ngat ko pa actually na isang ballpen, nag-spill siya. So meron na akong ballpen sa uniform ko, sa bibig ko. Tapos, nagalit sa akin, nagalit sa akin yung lola ko. Kasi, noong time na yun, siya yung naglalaban ng uniform ko. And ayun po, napansin ko lang na meron akong ganun. Tsaka, also, I'm a very sarcastic person. And I like to make jokes about dark stuff, ganun. So, napansin ko lang din po yun. So, nasabi, ay, baka nga may oral stage na ako, fixation. Kaya, naging ganito ako. I like to bite on stuff. I like to I like sarcastic jokes. And, ayun po, napansin ko lang naman po. Sorry po, Liz, about sa hand, sa racing hand.
Okay lang. Zar, maybe you can also share. Thank you for being honest about that, no? Sana ngayon hindi ka na nagbabite ng nails. Meron akong friend, yun yung another example ko sana, na nagbabite pa din siya ng nails. Tapos lagi ko lang pinipitik yung, imagine at our age 31. Tapos pinipitik ko lang lagi yung kamay niya. Tanda mo na, te. Lagi lang ganun, no? Sometimes it's stress relief kapag ka may parang I have to bite something, I have to put something in my mouth, no, para kumalma ako, no. So ano sa tingin mo, Zar, ang magiging result if dinadala mo pa rin yung ganong klaseng fixation pag ikaw na yung teacher sa classroom?
I would look very unprofessional po and very dugyot to my students. Imagine, kunwari, medyo na fixated ho ako sa ginagawa ko sa laptop and I'm in front of the class. Tapos makikita lang po ako ng students kung ginangat-ngat yung aking kuko, ginangat-ngat yung aking ballpen. I don't think it's very professional looking. And as teacher, syempre, we have to face in front, we have to put our best foot forward and show our students our best our best side as much as possible. And yeah, it looks very unprofessional and unsanitary. Yeah, that's all po.
Thank you, Zar. That is so honest and correct, no? Very unsanitary, unprofessional, di ba? So, tama yun. Parang ang dugyot tignan na ikaw mismo ilang taon ka na, ikaw pa yung teacher nila, ha? Tapos ganun ka. So, paano mo sila tutulungan ngayon to develop more? Thank you, Zar. Sige, I'll call these two and then we can end the class. Dave and then Jandy. Dave first.
Hello po, Prof. Miss Hannah. So, sa akin naman, hindi po siya ako, but I have these like childhood friends before. Sobrang disgusting lang kasi pahilig kasi siya maglaro ng laway niya or yung saliva niya, tapos ginagawa niyang bubbles. Like, if I'm not mistaken, parang mga 10 or 12 na kami niyan kasi last namin kita. And sobrang kasi talaga, like person kasi sobrang unhygienic ng ganon, especially if parang nandun ka na, 11 ka na, 12 ka na, tapos ginagawa niyang bubbles yung saliva niya, like, minsan tinatakpan niya ng ganon yung ganito, wait lang po. Naganto po siya sa bunga niya para, hindi ko po siya, sorry, nagaganon po siya sa bunga niya para hindi ko po siya makita, pero like, nagbabubbles talaga yung saliva niya, and like, she keeps doing that one up until, hindi ko po alam if now, pero siguro part din po siya ng fixation kasi at the age of 12 kasi parang you know what is right and alam mo na po kung ano yung bawal gawin, ganito ganyan, but still she does it pa rin. So para naman sa akin, before, sabi tinatawag ko siya na parang, can you please stop doing that? Kasi sobrang nakakadiri siya and kapag kumakain kami minsan ng junk foods, nagdanon siya sa harapan ko and Sobrang nakaka-diri talaga, pero syempre kaibigan ko po siya. Tas yun, sa akin naman kasi when it's come to like being a teacher, if ever na maging teacher po siya, of course, parang sobrang nakaka-distract po yun. Like imagine nagtuturo ka, tas yung naglalaro ka po ng laway in front of the, hindi ko po siya ma-imagine. So, yun yung naisip ko. And before, of course, like parang may ganun akong thinking na parang ginajudge ko siya, or not really judging him, but parang inisip ko ba, ano bang iniisip niya? Ba't siya na ganito? But now, parang nagka-knowledge na po ako about something like that. Maybe may deeper reason behind that habit. Like may talaga, na may ugat kung bakit po siya ganon. And I think it's very important for us also to know, to not quickly judge other person based on their behavior, kasi lahat kasi ng mga bagay may mga dahilan talaga, and of course it's our responsibility also to know that reason before judging them. And as a teacher naman, syempre kung paano siya ma-stop, siguro wag siyang uminom ng water para wala siyang saliva. Charot. Parang wait lang po, nakatawa kasi talaga ako. Yun lang po, Miss Hannah, sa akin naman siguro up until now, na overcome niya na po siguro yung ganong behavior, but sana na-overcome niya, kasi pag hindi, sobrang lala naman, like, is this Tagalog? Or parang ganon lang talaga. Yun lang po, Miss Hannah, thank you so much po.
Thank you. So, ang takeaway ko, alam mo ba, Dave, kung wag siyang painumin ng tubig. Para hindi siya magkaroon ng saliva. Pero yeah, thank you very much, Dave, for sharing that, no? Well, totoo naman. Kung kayo ay naglalaro pa ng saliva, sana medyo at this point of your age, no? Pwede na i-practice natin. It takes like 11 to 20 days to make a habit. So i-practice na no, na wag nang gagawin kasi hindi na po proper. And well, technically research says na yung mga batang nagpe-play ng saliva ay kapag medyo matanda na yung ang tagal, kahit mga elementary na, already fixated sila, of course also to alleviate stress, no, and sometimes to check to be more conscious of their sensory pagpa-process ng sensors nila. Like, ano mangyayari kapag nilobo ko itong laway na to? Tutulo ba to? Kaya ko bang i-hold yung breath ko? Yung mga ganun bagay. Thank you, Dave. And last, Jenny, go ahead.
So good afternoon po. Ako naman, I think I'm going to talk about my anal expulsive fixation. Yes po. Syempre, my memories is mashed potato. So I can't remember exactly kung nangyari sa potty training ko nung bata ako. But syempre, lahat naman po tayo nag-undergo sa process na kapag nagpa-potty training ka, ikaw muna, tapos kapag tapos ka na, tatawagin mo na lang yung mama mo or papa mo or kung sino maghugas sa'yo. Tapos ayun, parang lagi silang may ginagawa. So tuwing tatawagin ko sila, mama, tapos na ako, hindi sila nagre-respond. So I feel like doon ako nagsimula na ako na nag-figure out. Like, wala na akong pera kahit madumi yung kamay ko, basta mata. Kasi ang tagal talaga nila mag-respond. Tapos ayun, kaya feel ko doon ko siya nakuha na ako na yung gumagawa nun. Parang ang aga ko naging independent, ganon. To the point na ako na nagturo sa sarili ko. Pero hindi naman yung dugyot pa din. Siyempre, as time goes by, alam mo naman yun, naging hygienic ka na, alam mo na yung proper potty training, how to clean yourself, ganon. And I think yung traits na pinaka-link ko sa linyang training is, ayun nga, parang out of three of the above, messy, careless, rebellious. First of all, messy. Ayun nga, parang nagiging mantra ko na yung parang tuloy for the mess of it all. Ewan ko, parang walking mess ako. I'm not proud of this, pero look at my workspace. Like, ayan siya, makalat siya. And di ko alam kung nature ko na yung nag-function ako kapag makalat siya or wala lang talaga akong choice. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying my really best. I really do kapag kapag weekends wherein hindi ako na-overwhelmed, naglilinis talaga ako. As in, and only if you know how hard I tried kung paano siya pagandahin. Pero ewan ko kung ano nangyari sa akin kasi nagugulo ulit siya. Kahit sobrang linis niya ng Sabado, Linggo, pag nag-start na yung may pasok na ulit, ayan, ganyan na ulit siya. Hindi ko alam kung ano nangyari sa akin. Hindi ko na monitor yung sarili ko. And another thing is careless. Parang I tend to act on impulse. Kasi 'di ba, yung ibang tao is nag-iisip muna sila bago nila sabihin, gawin. Ako, sasabihin ko muna, gagawin ko muna. Tapos tsaka lang papasok sa akin yung afterthought na, hala, mali yung sinabi ko, ganun. I could have done something which is better, ganun. And rebellious, parang hindi ako pala sunod sa rules. Parang rules are just illusions, especially siguro when it comes to how I look, how I dress. Hindi ako sumusunod masyado sa norms kasi I want to present myself how I want to present myself. Pero syempre, now that we are in inang pamantasan, syempre I still have to adhere to the rules and mag-fit in sa rules nila kasi nga future teacher. And ayun, and another thing is siguro sa oral fixation ko. Feel ko half ako oral incorporative tapos oral aggressive. Kasi ang story doon is feel ko I'm both over and underindulged kasi si mama, ang tagal niya akong breastfeed. Ang sabi niya sa akin, grade 1 na ako nung inawat niya ako. Grade 1, so parang overindulged. Pero nung inawat niya ako, parang hindi pa ako ready eh. So parang underindulged pa rin siya. And ayun nga, dati nung elementary ako katulad ni Zarel na puro sulat yung puro sulat yung uniform ko kasi ginangat-ngat ko yung takip ng ballpen ko, ganon. Basta kung anong ginangat-ngat ko, basta ma-fix ko yung oral fixation ko. Pero now, I fixed it by, by having parang tumbler siya lagi sa side ko. So yung oral fixation ko is kapag need ko ng something sa bunga ko, uminom ako ng tubig. And it's healthy kasi parang ewan ko, parang feel ko nagiging better looking ako. Kasi sabi nila yun like kapag daw uminom ka naman ng tubig, maging clear skin ka raw. So let's try it out. And I think having a water nearby your side is much more healthier kaysa kung anong ginangat mo, anong hinihit-hit mo, sigarilyo, ganon. That's it.
Thank you very much, Johnny, for also for being honest, no. I'd like to go first. Doon na lang sa pangalawa mong share muna, no. Mamaya na yung anal part. Yung oral stages, at least you're aware of what kind of oral fixation you had, and you're also intentional in what to do about it. What are you gonna do about it, no? So instead of doing something unhealthy, you saw something healthier, which is to drink water instead through a tumbler with a straw. Well, actually, it's not the water that satisfies your need. It's the straw that satisfies it, because the straw is the one that you put inside your mouth, you know? So whether milk tea yan or something, it's still that. Hold on lang. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So, yes, and water makes your skin healthier, no? Kasi hindi ka dehydrated. So, hindi mo kang tuyok yung skin mo. So, second, anal stage. This is the last, no? We have, ayun lang. Okay, so we have anal expulsive personality if you're struggling with the anal stage part. Anal expulsive personality and anal retentive, no? So yung sinabi ni Janry kung sino siya ay anal expulsive. Kasi kasi may neglectful training siya, toilet training siya nung bata siya. So ibig sabihin, hindi naturuan ng maayos nung bata kung ano yung potty training. Kaya figure out niya ng sarili niya. Hanggang sa lumaki siya, figure out niya. Kaya mukha tong rebellious at ayaw ng rules kasi hindi ko alam kung paano eh. So if you figure out ko na lang, no? I-compare muna natin yung second, which is anal retentive personality. Ayun naman yung nasobrahan ng potty training, ayaw ng magulo, gusto in order ang lahat. Walang, hindi ko sinasabing mali yung isa, tama yung isa, kasi yung excessive ano naman, na yung excessively pagiging in order mo, mali din yun. No? Kasi sobrang obsessive compulsive na yon. So, kailangan balance of two or at least you're in the middle lang, no? Para hindi masyadong excessive. So, siguro at this stage, dahil aware tayo kung ano yon, alam natin or inaalam natin intentional yung pag-alam paano natin sosolusyonan, paano natin tutulungan yung sarili natin. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng, for example, sa pag-obey ng rules, di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng laging alam natin na ito so ito. Diba? There are times that maybe that's why rules are there. Ayaw man natin yung mga rule ay it's there to protect not maybe you, but protect other people, no? Or protect the community, the society, no? So, it really takes a mature mindset in terms of responding to our needs, no? Physical, lalo na sa teorya ni Freud, ay psychosexual yung kanyang pagtingin sa human development, no? But in any way, I think the discussion on on psychosexual theory was very healthy because there were lots of questions raised by Abby, no, on how do you think it's helpful, how do you think it's relevant to you, no? So I hope our discussion about psychosexual theory, you have something to take away after this class, and then let's look forward to other presentations or facilitations of the other classes. Yeah. Do you have any more questions maybe? Or ako wala na akong question. Kayo ba? May clarifications, questions, valid reactions? Yan. Okay. So, before I let the other students go, may utang ako sa inyo na revised calendar. Again, for the 3rd and 4th group, you prompt me of your available schedule. And yeah, the other announcements will be done online, LMS. Okay, thank you very much, 128, for a very participative session today.